Ajin is 3 weeks into his first semester of college. He expected to feel excited. Instead, he feels irritable in a way he can't explain. His roommate left dishes in the sink, a minor thing, and Ajin caught himself grinding his teeth in barely controlled fury. In his 9 o'clock lecture, the whole room laughed at a joke, and he just sat there, rigid, unable to find the ease that used to come so naturally. That night, he called his mom and started tearing up without really knowing why. Ajin is sleeping about 5 hours a night. He doesn't think that matters. Sleep, he figures, is just rest for the body. He's wrong on almost every count. What Ajin is experiencing has a name in neuroscience: sleep-dependent emotional dysregulation. His emotions aren't misbehaving. His brain has simply lost the tool it needs to regulate them. I'm Rodgir Cohen, and I wrote a book called Sleep: The Psychology of Rest. Of all the things sleep does for you, this one might be the most underrated because it doesn't feel like a sleep problem. It feels like a personality problem, or a stress problem, or just a bad stretch. Let me show you why it's often none of those. There's a researcher named Matthew Walker who has a wonderful phrase for what REM sleep does. He calls it overnight therapy. During REM, the dreaming stage, your brain reprocesses the emotional experiences of your day. It takes the sharp, raw, emotionally charged memories and, over the night, files them away with the emotional sting turned down. You wake up, and yesterday's embarrassment is still a memory, but it doesn't grab you by the throat anymore. That's not a metaphor. That's maintenance your brain performs on your emotional life every single night for free, but only if you give it the sleep to do it in. So what happens when you don't? Picture two parts of the brain. There's the amygdala, your threat and emotion alarm, fast and loud, and there's the prefrontal cortex, the calm, rational manager that says, okay, it's just dishes in the sink, let it go. When you're well rested, the manager keeps a hand on the alarm. When you're sleep deprived, the connection between them weakens. The alarm gets louder and the manager gets quieter. So a minor annoyance triggers a major reaction. That's the teeth grinding over the dishes. And the positive side flattens too, which is why Ajin couldn't access the easy laugh in lecture. Tired brains don't just feel more negative, they feel everything with less control. Here's the trap Aiden fell into, and most of us fall into it. The emotional symptoms of sleep loss don't announce themselves as sleep loss. They feel like who you are right now. I'm just an anxious person. I've got a short fuse lately. I don't know, I've been kind of flat. We reach for character and circumstance, and we skip right past the 5 hours a night that's quietly removing our emotional brakes. So here's the move I'd offer. Before you conclude that you're stressed or struggling or just becoming a grumpier person, check the sleep first. Not because sleep explains everything, it doesn't, but because it's the cheapest, most reversible variable in the whole equation, and it's the one we're most likely to ignore. Give yourself a week of truly adequate sleep, and see how many of those personality problems quietly resolve. Your brain runs therapy on your emotions every night. If you keep cutting the session short, don't be surprised when the feelings start running the show. If this reframes something for you, subscribe. There's a whole series here on the hidden psychology of sleep, all drawn from the book linked below. Next time, the all-nighter and the brutal truth about what your brain is and isn't doing while you cram.